Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the nutrition advice out there? Not sure what to follow, who to follow, what is right, and more importantly, what's right for you? Well, if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to break down how to keep nutrition simple and effective after the age of 40. So, no gimmicks, no trends, no fads, just straightforward strategies that you can start today. So, first off, let's start with the confusion around proper nutrition. One day it feels like it's carbs are the enemy, then it's fat, then it's sugar. But truthfully, there's no one size fits all answer. And we all have to play around and see what works for us best. I will say there is a universal principles that work for almost everyone. And it's going to start with going back to the basics. So focusing on whole foods, ditching the processed stuff. So whole foods like fresh veggies, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats are just way better than processed foods. Why? The obvious is they're packed with nutrients, fiber, and energy that your body actually will use without all the artificial junk and fillers. I would even kick it up a notch and I would stick to organic foods and grass fed meats. Keep all that pesticides, chemicals, and hormones out of your food. So, how do we keep whole foods simple? So, I would say stick to these essentials on your plate: lean proteins, complex carbs, plenty of veggies, fresh fruits, and healthy fats. This is what I like to call your nutrition building blocks. When you eat, does the food on your plate fit in these categories? Ask yourself that. My biggest tip for women over 40 is to start your day with proteins and healthy fats. This helps stabilize your energy levels. It just keeps those midday crashes away. Definitely starting with carbs or even sugar sets you up for a rough day. It's going to be full of sugar cravings, highs, lows, crashes, and a whole energy roller coaster. For dinner, I would skip the carbs and go lighter on the proteins and veggies. It'll help your body wind down and even support better sleep. Refined and processed carbs at dinner time is a bad idea because your body typically stores that as fat, especially since it's your last meal before bed and you're not burning it off the rest of the day like you would at breakfast and lunch. Refined carbs are all the white stuff like white rice, white sugar, white potatoes, pasta, all that stuff. So another big one for diet, limit or even better, eliminate the sugar. It's everywhere and it's not doing any of our body's favors. Okay, so sugar truly is the devil. It's extremely addictive, not to mention there's no good that it does for our body. It stores as fat, especially belly fat. It disrupts hormones, feeds viruses and diseases in our body. It drains our energy and causes major mood swings. The same goes for alcohol. So stick to water as much as possible, especially in the morning after being dehydrated from sleeping all night. Do the coffee later after you do the water. Water keeps you hydrated, also helps with digestion, and just plain old good for you. Eating out, that can be fun, but it's easy to overdo it, especially in the world we live in today. Try limiting how often you eat out and focus on cooking meals at home instead. You'll have way more control over what's going into your food, like the ingredients and the quality, which matters. I just prefer now to eat at home because it tastes better. When it comes to your food, pay attention to how you feel after meals or certain foods. Did you feel good, energized, satisfied, or did you feel uncomfortable, bloated, and sluggish after? Obviously, eliminate anything that doesn't feel good and eat more of what does feel good. It looks different for every single one of us because, again, we're not one size fits all. For example, gluten for me makes me feel awful and uncomfortable, so I avoid it at all costs. Figure out what's going to be right for you and what's not. And then finally, let's talk about supplements. As we age, our bodies may need a little extra help to replenish certain nutrients. Supplements, they're not a replacement for a good diet and food, but they can be a great way to fill the gaps, especially as we're getting older and we become deficient. In fact, I just say accept now that you're going to need supplements. It's worth spending the money on quality supplements than paying for health issues later. Some supplements you can focus on are vitamins, vitamin D, omega 3s, magnesium, collagen, minerals. Nutrition becomes more vital as we age because our changing bodies. Nutrition after 40, it doesn't have to be complicated. Focus on whole foods, balancing your meals, and make choices that support your health for the long haul. And just a note, you don't have to be 100% perfect all the time. Moderation, of course, of sweets, alcohol, and treats, they're okay from time to time. And remember, the goal is to feel good after 40, and food and nutrition have a lot to do with that.